last week?
Yeah, the last week, what we have completed.
We talked about libraries.
Yeah, so what about the libraries one?
We talked about the random library
Yeah.
and in my class and like classes, objects, inheritance,
Yes.
polymorphism.
Yeah, what we have done?
We learned about the my class function and how you can like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like you put it and you print it, but you don't. You
And
like
what is the benefit of the what is the benefit of the what's the benefit of structure
um
programming?
code reusability, modularity. It's easier. It's it's more organized, and yeah, you can reuse the code, which is really nice.
Okay. Now, let's open your file.
Okay, I have it open.
Okay. So now let's create a one class.
Okay.
Okay, so let's create one class. Have you practiced by them?
I forgot to.
Oh, wow. All right, no problem. By the way, what is the keyword to create a what is the keyword to create a class?
I don't understand what you mean.
How can we create a class?
Do you want me to share my screen?
Wait, I'm gonna. Now you may share. I was asking you, okay, what is the what is the what is the keyword to be used to create a to create a class?
Class.
Very good.
What should I do put in the class?
Now you have to create a one function.
Create a function?
Yeah. Now Juliet done.
Yes.
Okay. So okay. With the help of, for example, I want to collect data from the user, like any kind of data, like his name, his age, and his roll number, his like the marks. For example, did you remember about the percentage one?
Yeah.
So how can we do that? If I want to create a percentage, so how can I make it? Now then,
No.
okay. And for existence of the variables, what keywords we used?
I used whole and part.
What whole part? I don't understand.
These are my variables.
You have the whole part is your variable name. It won't be
Mhm.
exist. You can try with the help of only one variable. So let's try there. It won't work. You may check.
I'm not done yet.
Okay, let's try, but it won't work.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, that's fine. Let's make two functions there. For example, two type of the functions. But why it's written you 50? This is wrong. You have to find the percentage.
I did.
So the whole, how could it possible the whole is greater? All right, all right. 34 divided by, okay, I see. 60 is your percentage of 50. All right, okay. That's fine. We have used the self, but how, all right. You didn't call in the, the object. Why you haven't make any object? You are just calling the functions. With the help of object, let's create a function.
One second. Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. My screen was being mean to me. It wasn't working. Make two functions. Is that good?
No, you haven't made any function. Sorry, the object.
I don't think I ever learned how to make an object.
I have told you the object. How can we object call it? How can we call the object inside a function?
Do we put it here? Like that?
No, this is a simple class. Look at this. I'm gonna show you. Let's do stop share. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Now, look at this. Remember, D1 is an object. I have called a class inside an object, and with the help of an object, I can make different objects on different classes. Did you remember this? And we have used the self keyword to to the existence of the variable we have used here. Now, did you remember? This D1 and this D2 are the objects. Also note down your notebook. These are the basically object. I have told you without objects, I cannot call my function directly. You have given the reference data dot and your I think function name is %. So that's why it will return you. Otherwise, if you call directly function, it won't return you anything. Just remember this thing. Okay. So these are the basically objects, Peter.
Okay.
And I have called function inside an object.
Okay, I wrote down in my notebook. Okay, I'm done. You're muted, so I can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm muted. I was telling you, in this class, what we have used a function. Just remember this, okay? So, for example, if I want to use a parametric function here, what I want to use here, I just want to use here as a parametric function. So how can I do that? Look at this. For example, I am making the functions with name like class records. For example, I have made this class with records tab, and let's suppose �UniData. I am making the name is �UniData. I am making the function. Self is used to like existence of your variable. So I'm using here the I'm just using here the parametric. These are the non-parametric functions you have seen because I'm taking input from user. So that's called non-parametric function, which we have already done in the function. Now remember, Juliet?
Yeah.
And these one is what? This one is the non-parametric function, sorry, parametric function. So when I call this object, for example, I have made these functions with name display, okay, and now I have made an object. For example, let's make an object r1 equal to I have declared with record, okay. So in record, I'm not putting anything, and I am calling r1 dot what? R1 dot, my first function is uni data, and I'm passing the three parameters. Like the first one is the name, age, and gender. So I have to pass the arguments. Calling time we have passed arguments. So the first one is the 𝑛𝑑𝑠𝑐𝑡𝑟. And now the second one, for example, age is 25, comma, gender is female. Okay. Okay. Now in the last, I have to call my third function, which is the display function. I can make it inside the UniData as well, but I have made it two functions. So R1 dot what display. Okay. So this is what I'm just gonna explain again. I have made a class with name records, and inside the class, I have used parametric functions because I have passed three parameters inside a function. The first one is name, age, and gender. These are my three parameters. The self is only the existence of this variable. And look, self dot name. This is my variable name. You can change it like username, a user age. You can make it changes. It's not necessary like your parameter values and your variable values both are same. No, you can make it changes. Okay. Now in the end, I have made the functions with name display because I want to display also the name and age and the gender. So I have used the print command to display self.name. Why I have used here the self? Because the existence of the variable again. Look. And this is the what variable? This is the variable of this. Because I have assigned all my parameters inside a variable. Okay. And now I have made a one object. This R1 is my object. And I have assigned my class with name record. And now R1, because I have two functions. The first one is UniData and the second one is display. So I have called it. But inside in UniData, why I will pass this arguments? Because why? Because UniData, in UniData, I have used a parametric function. So that's why I have to pass an argument. Otherwise, it will not return you anything. Okay? Because this is the
Yeah.
parameter. So I'm just running this code. Let's see what happened. All right, there is an error. Let's see what's an error. Record is not defined. I think there is a no record is design. Record is defined. Why it's wait? I think I have defined on the top. Could you find this? It's correct. Why it's not? Let's try it. It is on your screen.
Okay.
Because this code is correct because there is no error.
I'm just gonna write it in my notebook and then I'll put it on mine.
Okay, try this on your notebook. And also write down there, okay, we are making the name of the class. Let me try. Next up, it worked now. What is an error then? The same thing I have done here. Record and record. I don't know what is an error. Record and record are one space error. Oh, I don't think so. Okay, there is a space error. I think oh, okay. This is a mistake. I have called the function inside I have called inside a function. So I have to we have to made an object outside of the class, not inside of class. Juliet, now done.
Almost.
Okay, so understand what's happening here. These are the basically parametric functions, but we are using inside the class, and with the help of object, we are calling.
I understand it. Okay, I'm done.
Now show me. Oh, you have me. Okay. Okay, go down. Okay, 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 okay. Now let's run this code.
What?
Let's run this code again. Okay, now go down. Show me the output. Okay, name Juliet 8. Okay. Okay.
That's it.
That's fine. Good job. So any question? Understand all that?
Yeah, I understand it.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Now let's do the next part. So this is the function basically, okay? So how can we create a function so you understand very well, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the let's make another non-parametric function. how can like any kind of the non-parametric, sorry, not parametric. How can we make it? For example, I want non-parametric functions. Did you remember the even and odd number?
Would you like me to do that?
The even and odd number?
Yeah, I remember that.
You know the code that in this code we haven't used any the non conditional statement inside a function. For example, I want to take an even and odd numbers. So with the help of the class and the function. So let's make it.
Got it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. Enter a whole number different than the one is odd, and okay, that's fine. Good job. So this is the all about what? This is all about the parametric with the help of this. Okay, D1 data or D1 data. Now perfectly fine. Good job. So hope so you understand all the this. Okay, how can we find the parametric and non-parametric functions with the help of this? Okay. So this is all about the class. Now we are going to learn about the, about the constructor. What is constructor? Let me share. I'm gonna show you my whiteboard screen. So in the when we talk about the structure programming, so we have a concept of a constructor. Okay. So what is the constructor? Constructor is kind of the function, but in functions, you know very well, we have to call it, right? Okay, we have to call out our call out the functions. But when we talk about the constructor, so in Python, it is a very special method that automatically runs your function when you create it. And inside an object, it only calls. We don't need to call the function separately. Okay.
Yeah.
So a constructor is what is it is a special method or a code. There you don't need to call the functions, but you have to create a you have to create a variable. You have to create an object, but you don't need to create an you don't need to call the functions. Okay, so we have a first constructor that's called init, and we say that the initial values. It is mainly used to create here to start a function, to start a basically the to start a constructor when we create a constructor. So this is the init, or you may say that this that means that initial values. Okay, that means what? That means what? Initial values. So this is very special step in Python. So we can use and we can create a function. The key point is what that you can create an automatically used to initialize the given value, whatever the values and the properties written as a def init self and then simply the values. Let me write down here as well. Okay. So these are the basically key points. Let's note down, then we will use we will see the example.
Okay. Okay, I'm done writing down.
All right. So now let's try to use it. Let me share. Yeah, let's take 10 minutes break, then we will start. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. So now let's try to use the init function. Now I'm gonna show my screen. So I've told you the constructor. What is constructor? So let me write down here the text first. And so look, for example, I'm making the class simple. Let's make a data class and def init. This is minus sign, 2 times of the minus init, and so look at this simply. So this is the non-parametric functions. Sorry, the parametric functions, and I'm making the, for example, def display. But what actually this is yeah. Could you see? Could you see this? What's happening? I don't need to call this function. I have just only called this display function because this is not the constructor. This one is the constructor, but this one is not a constructor. Okay. Before this, let me try the very basic one. Then you may understand. For example, let's make it a very simple one. For example, class demo, and I'm making the def init, and inside the init, I'm just using the cell, or inside a cell. This is a function basically. Sorry. Now print the print, for example, hello. Okay, I have made this function. Now after the function, and I'm calling inside an object, this one, the D1 equal to demo. And I'm not calling the function. Could you see? I'm not calling the function. Okay. And I'm just calling the, I have made this function with the help of this constructor. So you can see I have just only assigned my class inside an objects. It will return me the data. If same thing, if we'll do on the functions, we have to call that. It's either a simple or in the complicated, that doesn't matter. But here I have just only assigned an object inside a class. I'm not calling the function. Could you see?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so init is what? Init is to initialize a value. Now done.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
So what's happening?
Do you want me to share my screen?
Now show me. Okay. So you haven't called the classes, not the classes should be in parentheses. Now let also note down your
Okay. Okay.
okay. So now let's try the another one. Let me show you. So for example, this one is the like the without parameters. Sorry, with parameters. So you can may see here. I have used the same one in the previous one. But there is a word difference. This is a function. So you may see the differences. This is a function. That's why I have to call it. Okay. If I doesn't call, so it won't return you anything because it's a function. And function we have to always call.
Yeah.
We don't need to call the constructor.
Okay. I'll try that.
Okay. Now have you done, Juliet?
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So have you tried this code? I want to
Yeah.
find the square of the function. How can I do that? Square functions, but with the help of constructor. No, don't use a function.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm just telling you square of the value, square root of the value. For
Oh,
example, the
yeah.
user, yeah.
I can do that.
Okay.
On the script. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Should I write down in my notebook?
Yes.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Okay. So do you remember the calculator one?
I didn't hear what
The
you said. What?
the mini calculator?
Calculator?
Yeah, the mini calculator where you are taking the input from the user and the operator. Once user will give the operator or the data, so then it will return you an plus, minus. Remember?
Right. Yeah, I remember. Should I do that?
Yeah. Understand what I'm telling you?
Yes.
Hmm?
I'm not done yet.
Juliet, done?
Yes.
Okay, show me.
Is this good?
Let me check. Um, yeah, that's perfectly fine. So you may see, with the help of constructor, you can call your function directly. You don't need to, you don't need to call the function separately. Understand what is the purpose of the that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So is there any question?
Nope. What should I do now?
Now understand?
Mhm.
Okay. So this is all about the constructor and the functions with the help of the constructor. Now I am giving you one as a assignment. The string we have a constructor. This init it stands for init value. So
I can't hear you.
I'm just telling you. You have to find the string constructor. how can we use a string constructor and what is the purpose of the string constructor? By default, the string constructor we use to do for the do the string data.
Okay. That's my homework.
Yeah.
Did I do that now?
No, not right now. After the class, you may try that. Okay. Now the concept
Okay.
is about, I'm just learning. We are just learning about the inheritance. What does mean of the inheritance? I think I have told you. Let me write down in your notebook. Maybe the method we will try in the next class, but today we are just only understanding the concept of the, the
Constructor.
yeah, the constructor. Do you understand? Is there any question?
No. I have no questions.
All right. Now we have another tools we are going to learn about the the inheritance. What is the purpose of the inheritance? The inheritance we use inherit. I have told you in the last class. This is basically allow. Yeah, this class is allowed to inherit all methods and properties from another class. For example. For example, I have a class and I want to inherit all the features and structures inside another class. So how could I do that? I don't need to do the same method and the same process in another class. I just only call out with the help of inheritance. The inheritance, we have a parent and the child concept. In the parent class is the class being inherited from. Also, it's called a base class. Okay. Child class means that is this the class that inherits from another class. You may say that the derived class. Okay. The concept of inheritance, it makes your code easier. It makes your code reusable. So this is the like concept of the inheritance. For example, I have a model of the phone and I want to upgrade that model. For example, I recently in market there is a version of iPhone 16 Pro Max, right? For example, after a few months, it will be launched 17 Pro, for example, 17 Pro. So what is that? We only just, we just only update some features, not overall the features. We did not start from the scratch. We will inherit some features and some functions from the 16 Pro Max. So what is the concept here? There is a concept of inheritance. Okay. You can take an example. You can take an examples from MS Word and MS Office. We have 2007, 2013. So what is the differences that? There are some new features updated on the new latest version. But it's not like that all interface is like look like from scratch. No, that's almost similar. Almost similar the previous one. Okay, they only updated mostly features, otherwise all features are looks like the previous one. Okay, so just remember this is the concept of the inheritance. The same thing here we are going to study today. Yeah, how can we inherit our classes? How can we reuse the classes? If we have some methods and I have told you the methods and properties. Properties is attribute, which I have also told you in the object. Okay, when we talk about the object, so there is a attribute and the method. Yeah, you may say this is the function. This is a function. Okay, so all things will be inherited, and this one is the attribute. Attribute like color, age, height. These all are the attribute. Okay. And look, we have two types of stuff. Single inheritance, types of inheritance. We have single inheritance, we have multiple inheritance. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm done writing
Okay.
it down.
Okay. So is there any confusion? This is the basically, you may say that this is a basically what this is a like you may say that the basic building of your basic blocks of OOPs. If anyone will ask to you, okay, what is the basic blocks of an OOP? So you may say that these are the basically parts. Like the first we have already discussed about the class and object. And just remember one thing very clearly: without object you cannot exist your class. Even now you cannot exist the functions or the attributes, yeah, you may say properties, you cannot access it. All right.
Okay.
Any question?
Nope.
Okay, so maybe and the very simple things, Juliet, you have to practice. You have to more practice on it because this is the new one. So please don't skip practicing. I know. I think your school has been started, right, or not?
Not yet.
Okay. So maybe it will started.
Mine will start at the very beginning of September.
Okay, okay, okay. So that's a lot of time. We have a lot of time. So you have a
Yeah.
time to practice.
Yes, I just forget to.
Oh, okay. Starting to have oh, by the way, your voice is very cute, by the way. I really love
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, you just sing something for me, and just only for me that I want that you will dedicate some. Let me stop recording then.